Good morning, good morning. Today is an incredibly auspicious day. I want to talk for a few minutes about what's going on with Israel and Iran. Here's Michal Goldman here, broadcasting from the Kauai Jewish Center, Halei Chabad in Kauai. This is a message to my fellow brothers and sisters here in Kauai and to those of you around the world watching. We are living through historic times. We are living through epic changes of biblical proportions. I want to talk about the name of the war, Lavi, Amka Lavi, what that means, the biblical roots of that name. And I want to talk about today's auspicious day. It's incredible, history repeating itself, but in an amazing way. We all know the story of Purim, where there was Haman Harasha, the evil Haman, who wanted to destroy annihilate all the Jewish people. And where was the story of Purim taking place? In Persia, ancient Persia, which is today's Iran. And today we have the embodiment or reincarnation of Haman as the Ayatollah Khomeini, Yimach Shemai, who made it very clear that he wants to destroy Israel. They chant death to Israel, death to America. And we have almost like a Purim miracle happening all over again, where the whole story, the narrative is flipped. It says in the Megillah, it says on the 23rd day, I'll read it from the Megillah, it says that Vayikaru Sefer HaMelech Ba'es Ahi B'chodesh HaShlishi Hu Chodesh Sivan, the king called his scribes on the third month, the month of Sivan, B'shloish ve'esrim bo, in the 23rd day of the month, which is today in the Jewish calendar. Vayikasek b'chol asher tziva Mordechai el HaYehudim, and it was written everything that Mordechai wanted to write for the Jewish people, which is basically the reversal of the decree. Today, 23rd day of Sivan, historically, was the day that Mordechai wrote and had the decree against the Jewish people's annihilation reversed. It's incredibly timely that it is today that we are in the middle of this war where Israel is miraculously, there are unbelievable miracles happening. Yes, we have to pray for those of our brothers and sisters in Israel that are running to bomb shelters every few hours, several times a day. It's frightening, it's alarming, it's unsettling, and we know people in the bomb shelters. In fact, there's people from Kauai that are there now. But the miracles that are happening are incredible, and if we're not paying attention to the miracles that are happening at this time, we are being blinded. Part of what motivated me to do this video is because I spoke to a few Jewish people locally lately, and I'm seeing what's happening online. And people, should America get involved in the war? Should America not get involved in the war? There's a lot of moral confusion. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of noise online. People that are anti-Semites that are ganging up in Israel as warmongering and Netanyahu. And let's not get involved in American politics about Trump. Whether you like Trump or whether you hate Trump, this is kind of irrelevant right now, because if you cannot see the incredible miracles that are happening with Israel taking out power like Iran. This is like a David and Goliath moment. David and Goliath, Israel is this tiny country, smaller than New Jersey. Iran is several times the size of Texas. It's, many, many times the size of Israel. Israel having air dominance over Iran. Don't let anybody fool you. There was a real nuclear threat against Israel. Israel has absolute evidence, the world has evidence, and we see the ballistic missiles that Iran is sending towards Israel. Can you imagine if one of these ballistic missiles had a nuclear warhead? Israel was bracing for thousands of casualties from this war. We mourn the tragic loss of over 20 lives, 25 something lives in the Jewish people in Israel, and the hundreds of casualties. But if you think about the potential damage, remember there were over 400 ballistic missiles. Each one of those ballistic missiles could inflict thousands of deaths, God forbid. Out of the 400 ballistic missiles, only 20 impacted. maybe 25 impacted. Iran sent over 1,000 drones, right? UAVs. 0 of those drones had impact in Israel. Most of them intercepted over the other territories, other countries. 0 impact, over 1,000 drones. And it's unbelievable, the miracles that are happening. Yesterday, a hospital was hit. It's terrible. A day before, they evacuated that building where the missile hit. Can you imagine what would have happened if they didn't do that? So let's not be blind to the fact that there are miracles in Israel with how many lives are being saved and Hashem watching us. And the miracle of what Israel is taking out in Iran is also just remarkable. Just from a military point of view, it's unbelievable. Over 1,200 Iranian assets, military assets, were taken out. This is literally a story, and remember, 1,000 miles away, almost 1,000 miles away. So today, on the 23rd of Sivan, it says that Mordechai rewrote the script and gave the Jewish people their right to annul the decree. The Rebbe says that this day, for all time, is a day that the Jewish people have a very special favor in Hashem's eyes and a very special power to reverse decrees, negative decrees against us. So let's use this day to pray for our brothers and sisters in Israel to be safe, to pray for the innocent people in Iran to be safe. Israel is not targeting civilian centers, it's targeting the regime assets. And the most important also is to have the moral clarity that this is a justified war. This is a war for Israel's existence. God forbid if Iran would have a nuclear warhead, they would be the first to bomb Israel, which God forbid could have resulted in another Holocaust, millions of lives. So the small price that we're paying, relatively, compared to what is being averted, cannot be understated. Don't listen to all the noise, people blaming Netanyahu. I don't agree with everything Netanyahu did. Netanyahu has done many things that are wrong, that are against the Torah. But this is a moment for which I believe he has been appointed for. This is the moment that the Eis Hazoi Sigat LaMalchus, this is like the most powerful moment of his life. And I think he got this 100% right. He had the courage to go, even without America's support, to go full force. And we're winning this. It's an incredible victory for the Jewish people. The name of the war is Rising Like a Lion. In Hebrew, Am Kalavi. Where does this come from? The prophet Bilam, who was a